Mr. Sanjeev, uh, Dr. K. Sudhakar, Honorable Minister, Dr. R.S. Sharma, our CEO, Mr. Javed Akhtar, ACS Health, Ms. Devjani Ghosh, who is with us online, Mr. Ahmed, Mr. Randeep, uh, and all these my stakeholders and partners from tech and investment industry. So when we talk about digital health, pre-COVID, it was hardly a word which was a buzzword. Now post-COVID, things have changed all of a sudden. We were already a strong country as far as tech is concerned, but at the intersection of tech and IT and health, what we call digital health, it has changed tremendous shift, particularly after 2020. And one example, in fact, shift in our behavior. And one such example is the event that we are having right now. We are having around 150 people sitting here, and equal number of people having joined us online. So this is the change that we have witnessed over last couple of years. And I would like to explain what ABDM wants to do and what kind of opportunities it is going to unleash for investors and tech companies in India briefly. And since we are having a group of mixed group of investment side and tech side, I will keep my presentation part little bit technical. So when we talk about any digital system, the challenges that companies face, the first and foremost is of digital identity. You must be having a good product, a good teleconsultation platform, but how can a company be assured that the person on the other side who claims to be a doctor is actually a doctor? And there comes the problem of legal implications that you may be rightly scared of. Then the second issue is standardization. Computer understands 0 and 1. It understands codes. One doctor writes diabetes mellitus, other doctor writes DM. How the two systems will interact with each other. So issue of standardization. Then interoperability. A patient comes from hospital A, goes to hospital B. How the hospital B doctor will see what was recorded in hospital A, the issue of interoperability. And then regulatory uncertainties. Till very recently, around 18 months ago, there was no clarity about what and how teleconsultation is to be done. The definition of teleconsultation itself was not very clear. So all these challenges, these are going to be addressed, in fact, are addressed substantially by the ABDM, and it has created an opportunity, a platform for all of you to come out with your products and go out in the Indian market. Before I go to the stack of ABDM, I would like to present a couple of examples quoted by Ms. Devjani Ghosh in her introductory talk. We are a country with a proven technology capability which works on scale. We are rightly proud of our creation called Addl. In fact, we are very fortunate to be working under the same leadership of Dr. Sharma, and almost 1.3 billion digital identities we have created, which has almost done 69 billion authentications so far. Then the second word, UPI, not even a decade old, if I can say so, almost 6 billion transactions in a month. So these are humongous numbers. And similarly, the latest example is of COVID, in which we have witnessed close to 2 billion vaccinations, including a peak vaccination of 25 million in a day. So this has proven our scalability of frugal platforms. And how COVID works is probably important in today's context. What we did, the government created a common database, a few modules, which were integrated with disparate solutions. So one can book your register in COVID from, say, Paytm, search for hospital from some other app. go to the vaccination center or hospital, his vaccination is recorded through some other portal, say CoWIN portal, and then he downloads his application or certificate from WhatsApp. So this is because of API based open interoperability. In CoWIN, we have 200 plus integrations which work with CoWIN. ABDM is one stage further. In fact, we don't even have a single database. What we have is a common health stack built on the top of our horizontal digital public good. So I talked about the problems of interoperability, standardization, etc. They are taken care of by digital registries, the authenticity of which is ensured by the government. So you can trust it. You can forget. It need not bother if the person who claims to be a doctor is actually doctor or not. You can rely on the government registry. And similarly, the standards of health record, health claims, health insurance is going to be a big thing going forward. So we are also forming a kind of health claim exchange and exposed through the APIs for various types of facility features. You can have your solutions running on the top of this kind of stack. To simplify it further, the registries can provide unique identity to the records. So your systems can work as a health information provider or health information user. The interoperability is ensured, and after the initial digital handshake, the data flows bypassing government systems. So the data stays in your systems. It's what we call federated or a distributed architecture, and this is enabled by the digital public good that is created by government of India. One more thing, when we see traditional players in digital health, some of the big names, particularly in the developed world or Western world, they work in silos. They can't interact with each other. So even in e-commerce, you can see Amazon or Flipkart. You have to buyer as well as seller has to be on the same platform. But when we talk about ABDM, we talk about unified health interface, the word UHI, which Mr. Sanjeev mentioned. So it's like similar to UPI. So you can have solution A talking to solution B, and this is facilitated by common protocols, certain standards, and interoperability. So what is the opportunity for industry? One can think of this as wellness rather than health. It should include preventive part of it, wellness, prevention of health, then obviously diagnostics and treatment from primary, secondary, tertiary, or advanced tertiary, and all allied aspects such as ambulance, health insurance, and in all the systems of medicine. We are known for Ayush particularly, and India has a lot of potential in getting medical tourism as well. So we can think in that direction also. We can think of various types of features like booking, availing, and then consultation in physical or teleconsultation or a hybrid mode or a group consultation. Then you can think of modular system, hospital management information systems or lab management information system, which modules you want to use, or even which module of ABDM you want to use, the clinical decision support systems. Then, as I said, insurance is a company industry which will grow big in the coming few years in health sector. So we can think of auto adjudication. We are building health claim exchange. So different types of innovative payment mechanisms. Then how do you analyze the data which is going to be generated? Now, this is the opportunity that I remember last time I came to Bangalore, I saw one product, one innovative startup showed me a product. It says, okay, I scan all my, you can scan all your records which are available in your cupboard, and then it generates a graph for a doctor and a patient to see so that he can make decisions better. You can also think of aggregated data getting analyzed. For example, which particular district in India is having, say, a gap of dialysis center, or how the particular epidemiological pattern is emerging. And that should help decisions for investment and other such decisions for industry much easy to make. The government, you can also think of various solutions of record management. How can you make a portal so that doctor can see the longitudinal medical history, which is very convenient to him. He can pick out proper documents out of thousands of the documents and make correct diagnosis in a given point of time. Government is also working on a couple of projects. One is Heal by India, which talks about how do we leverage our human resources, maybe export them to other countries, and this will be launched very soon. And Heal in India, how to invite people. We are in top 10 of countries in terms of medical tourism, or as we call it now, medical value travel, and we ought to be there on top. So how do we get them on a single portal and get say people from Middle East and Asia and African countries coming to India for the treatment? So these are the various options. You think of permutations and combinations of all these blocks, and that number is the number of opportunity that you may think of in terms of digital health. You can think of a vertical approach specializing in something, or a horizontal approach covering everything. And mind well, this is the market which is expanding. Nobody is fighting for the same size of small cake. The size of the pie is ever increasing. We have around 18 lakh beds in India, and our shortfall is around 30 lakh, 3 million. So the industry is set to grow. Our healthcare industry is around 350 to 400 billion dollars, and it will only grow. So this is an opportunity in expanding, ever expanding industry. Maybe the rate of return may be not as high as in some other sectors, but it is industry with some assured return on investment. And a couple of reports I can flag. One is BCG reports, which talks about opportunity creation of $200 billion in coming decade only because of digital health. So we have several such reports which have been published, and I would urge all of you to go and visit our website. Go to abdm.gov.in. We already have 800 plus integrations going on from government side as well as private side. Some of the representative entities are shown on the screen right now, and these all have huge data. For example, I talked about COVID 2 billion vaccinations, RCH 20 crore records. So this is huge data that is looking for interoperability and talking to each other and unleashing this potential that India has. I once again welcome all of you to this gathering in Bangalore, and look forward to working with us in future. Thank you.